Welcome to another edition of Our City. We're staying on the theme of America's 250th anniversary, with stories that shape America, and especially some of those stories come from the city of Elizabeth. Residents can visit any of our social media accounts, get any information regarding upcoming events in our city or our region. Or if you simply have a question, call our public information office at 908-820-4124. And for this week's show, I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. George Mikros, who is the principal at the Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy, and is going to share with us some great facts regarding Alexander Hamilton and the city of Elizabeth. George, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, first of all, a little bit of background about you. You've been in our school system for a number of years, and tell us about your rise up to principal and what you did.
Thank you, Mayor, for having me. It's an honor to be here. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in the city of Elizabeth. I was born in 1967, May 4. I attended all the schools. I attended Woodrow Wilson Elementary School. I attended the middle school of Roosevelt, and I attended the high school, Elizabeth High School. I graduated in 1985. During my time in Elizabeth High School, I also played soccer. I was part of the yearbook club. I was involved a lot. And then I went to college. I went to Montclair State, and I was very fortunate to get a job back here in my hometown as a history teacher. And then as I taught for about 15 years, and then I became an administrator, and now I'm a principal at Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy.
Well, George, you've done a great job. I mean, I've been in the school numerous times, and you've done a great job with those students over there. So I appreciate all of your work.
Thank you.
And being in Alexander Hamilton and being a history teacher, as you and I know, Alexander Hamilton spent some time in Elizabethtown.
Yes.
And tell us about how that connects with your mission at Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy today.
Yes. So Alexander Hamilton's time in Elizabeth marked a pivotal point in his personal and intellectual development. As you know, he arrived with great ambition and found this community the opportunity to pursue an education that ultimately set him on a path toward national leadership. That same spirit is deeply embedded in the mission of Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy today. We are committed to cultivating a rigorous academic environment that empowers students, especially those from diverse and historical backgrounds, to become critical thinkers and engaged citizens and future leaders, just as Hamilton was.
So, George, Alexander Hamilton in the city of Elizabeth actually went to school here, and he valued, as you just said, education as a foundation for leadership. And how do you get that to reflect on the students, his values to the values of Elizabeth students?
Yes. So, as I mentioned, Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy, we strongly believe that education is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about unlocking potential. Through a challenging curriculum that includes advanced placement courses, honors, college prep courses, and a focus on civic responsibility, we aim to give our students the tools and confidence they need to succeed. Much like Hamilton himself, many of our students come from humble beginnings, and the Academy serves as a launchpad for their ambitions and life goals, reinforcing the idea that education is a key driver of social mobility and leadership.
Now, George, just veering off a little bit, last year you celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Alexander Hamilton School.
Yes.
Tell us about the preparations for that, and also named after Alexander Hamilton.
The preparations was amazing. We put together a staff, going into the rich history of Alexander Hamilton, the rich history that the school had, and digging up some old pictures and seeing the amount of people that went there, even students that served in World War II. The school has been the centerpiece of Elizabeth, one of the centerpieces of Elizabeth as a school, and the diverse learning that has been going there, and it constantly keeps changing and providing the best education that we could for our students.
So you had Drew Esikoff there, who's won some Emmys, and he went to Alexander Hamilton School. He's a huge producer at NBC and sports. And
we also had Mr. Burkett.
And Jay Burkett went
That's
there,
right.
who's on Channel 7
Yes.
for the last 30 years as a sportscaster. And Frank Malta.
That's right.
Yeah. So you had some big names that went to
Yes.
Hamilton School.
And they visited us actually during the ceremony. They were there.
They were there, yeah.
Yes.
So I enjoyed going that day, and I now that we're doing this little skit on television, I wanted to thank you for all that preparation you and your staff put in.
Thank you. Thank you.
To honoring the school and the work. And when you honor Hamilton's legacy in its curriculum, you also talk about a vision for the future as well.
Yes, yes. So we honor Hamilton's legacy not only in name, but in action. Our curriculum includes a strong emphasis on American history, government, and economics. We also instill in our students the values of perseverance, integrity, leadership, and public service, which define his life and career. Our school culture celebrates hard work, intellectual curiosity, and civic engagement, which are traits that mirror Hamilton's own journey. Looking forward, our vision is to continue fostering a generation of students who, like Hamilton, are driven to make meaningful contributions to their Elizabeth community and to the nation.
And George, when you talk about that, Elizabeth and Alexander Hamilton have a point of pride in here. I mean, he went to school here, he lived here.
Yes.
Right, it's in Union now, but it was Elizabethtown back then.
Right.
And how do you then adopt that for some of the work that Hamilton's recognized nationally? Not only your school recognized nationally, but Alexander Hamilton as well.
Well, as I mentioned, we take pride in being a school that not only educates and uplifts, a place where diversity and ambition and excellence meet. As we continue to innovate and lead, Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy stands as a national model for how public education can honor the past while preparing students for a rapidly changing future.
It's got to be hard.
Yes, it's hard, but
Right.
yeah, it is. It is hard.
You work with the young people, and are we doing anything for the 250th anniversary? How do you see the Academy shaping the next generation of leaders?
Well, as the 250th anniversary is a moment to reflect on our nation's origins and look toward its future. At Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy, we see ourselves as part of that future. By equipping students with a deep understanding of history, a strong academic foundation, and a commitment to civic engagement, we are nurturing the next generation of problem solvers, innovators, and community leaders. Just as Hamilton's early education in Elizabethtown helped shape the direction of a new nation, Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy today is preparing students who will shape what America becomes in the next 250 years.
Yeah, so George, I don't know who's going to be doing this show 250 years from now, right? It's not going to be us, is it?
No, absolutely. No, it's not going to be us.
No, but I got to tell you, it's a great honor to have you here, but also to talk about not only Alexander Hamilton in the past, but what you're doing with the kids for the future. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you for taking the time out of your schedule today.
Thank you. I
appreciate your leadership at Alexander Hamilton, and let's all celebrate the 250th together.
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
I want to thank Mr. George Mikros, the principal at Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy, for taking the time to join us today and sharing thoughts about the students of Alexander Hamilton today compared to Alexander Hamilton when he attended school here in Elizabethtown over 250 years ago. This is Mayor Chris Bollwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.